Good morning, back again. We've got a very interesting one for you this morning. It's one that me and Alexander's been working on for a little while, planning and preparing for. A few months back, let me think, probably about 6 months ago, Alexander got given a little motorised car, a little electric car basically. It's very good and we're very grateful to the people who gave us it, but what we found was that it was very, very slow. I mean, it's a few years old and the grandkids of the people who gave us it have outgrown it. So we get it. Brilliant. But it's very slow, and more to the point, the battery takes about 12 hours to charge up. So every time you use it, you get about 20 minutes of use at a crawl, a snail's pace, which he's driven around the back garden here behind us. A little bit of an obstacle course, but it's towed. It's really struggled on, I don't know whether you can see this little gradient here, it really struggles on that. So I decided to have a look and see, can we do anything to this little car to improve both the time it takes to charge it and also the power output, because otherwise Alexander's never going to be able to take it out in the big field. And hey, guess what? You can. So that's what we are going to do today, and Alexander's going to have a drive around in it, hopefully, if everything works. Let's go and get that started. Okay, here is the beast. This is Alexander's little vehicle, and it's pretty good. It's a little bit on the small side for him, if I'm perfectly honest. He has to pretty much sit across both seats and uses this as both the brake and the gears. So obviously you've got forward and back, and then you've got the accelerator pedal down there. Shame it doesn't have a horn, but beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, I'll show you what we've done to it. We've already done most of the work. Today is just testing it out really. So let's undo these screws. And this has taken us into the battery compartment. You can hear the Colonel in the background making an absolute din, as usual. He just likes to let me know that he's out here, and he's keeping an eye on me. Right, so there's the seat. Now, what we've got here, this is work I've already done, so I can get this out. So these are the wires that go down into the motor and basically run that. And what we had prior to this is this stonking great 12 volt lead acid battery. And that is really, really heavy for the size of this thing. But like I say, that takes 12 hours to charge up. It takes forever, and the power output from it is appalling in terms of how it's actually able to move this vehicle around the garden. I'm sure if you only had a tiny little garden, it's probably alright for just going backwards and forwards, but as soon as you add any rough ground or gradient, or even if it's just driving on the grass, that's it, it's done. So it's time for an upgrade. So what I did earlier today is I fitted this adapter. Now, I looked for this online, I looked at some various videos, and there were loads sort of based on, I think it's Power Wheels, the vehicles, and a lot of Americans making alterations to them, changing the wheels to something a bit more grippy and upgrading the batteries. So I came across this as an option. So I use a lot of DeWalt power tools. That's my go-to, partly because they're readily available, partly because they're cheap, and partly because actually these batteries aren't ridiculously priced like a lot of the others like Ryobi and stuff like that. I find these, for what I do, for my technical level of expertise at this point in time, these are sufficient for my needs. That may change in the future, but at the moment I'll stick with the DeWalt. But I found this adapter on YouTube that someone else had used. I think this was in America again, and I thought, I wonder if we can get that in the UK, and it turns out you can. And there it is. This is the adapter. So all we had to do was snip the existing wires, which obviously ran to the terminals on this thing. We snipped them and then put these cable connectors on, which are just the snap jaw ones. They're pretty good. And then this adapter goes on, which comes with an on-off switch and also a fused connection, which is pretty good. I've not had to do any of that prep work in terms of putting a fuse in. It came with 3 extra fuses as well, which was pretty good. And then all you have to do is you get your battery, fully charged battery, slot that on, slide that into place, like so. Doesn't matter if it doesn't fit completely in. This plate is meant to go over the top to secure it all, but considering the time that this battery takes 20 minutes to charge fully, which is a massive difference. So basically Alexander can be out in this for hours, which is fantastic. Yeah, so Alexander can be out in this potentially for hours at a time, as long as we keep on charging it. And my understanding is that this should last for, I think, just under an hour. So let's put this lid back on. I say lid, it's actually his seat. And we'll screw these screws back into place. That is the black chickie in the background, also now making a noise. They will not shut up. I think it's time for them to go in the pot. Anyway, Alexander's trusty headphones. He's never really liked the noise that you get when he's running on this one, so I don't think he's going to like the noise on this. Right, so here's the test. You ready? Ooh. Ooh, that's some kick to that. Right, now all we need to do is get Alexander out here, get him all suited and booted, headphones on, and we'll give it a test run in the backfield. Let's go. You ready? Yeah. Give it a whirl. Okay. What do you think? Yeah. You good? Is it good? Yeah. Is it super fast? Yeah. Can you do a wheelie in it? No. I bet you can. Put your foot down. Oh, put your foot down and lean back. Oh, almost. Wow. Go on then, as fast as you can. No, on it. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna get him in a minute. When was that in? You have another ride round, right the way round, then back down to here, then we'll put it in. Come on, Rufus. Come on, ladies. Out we go. Out we go, that way. I'll put it in. You want to take the camera for a drive? I'll take it. Right. A little ride. was good. It was good. And what do you think of the car? Do you like the battery? Is it working well?
Oh, yeah. It's on one bar.
It's not on one bar. You've done more than that. It's got enough power though to get you around the field, hasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
So you think it's an okay car with a good battery improvement, do you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy with it?
Yeah.
Happy with it?
Yeah.
We might have to see, because this is a 4 amp battery, we might have
Yeah.
to see if a 5 amp battery would be better. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. We certainly did, and Alexander is certainly having fun out there with the car at the moment, so that'll keep him occupied for probably about another half an hour before we'll have to bring the battery in and recharge it. But overall, very pleased with that little adapter. Seems to be working fantastic with the battery, and like I say, I've got a few of those knocking around anyway, and they're cheap enough to buy some more if I need them. Yeah, very pleased with that. If anyone was interested in what type of car that is, I believe it's a fair number of years old, but it is, I think, Chad Valley Safari pickup truck. I think that's right anyway. Yeah, I don't know whether you can still get them, but I'm sure there are other vehicles like that that would take that adapter as well. But yeah, hope you found that interesting, and we'll see you next time, hopefully when it's a little bit brighter and a little bit warmer.